Hello students, let's start the topic of potentiometer in our chapter current electricity. Students, potentiometer is a 10-meter long wire and along with it the circuit is adjusted in such a manner that it can be used to find the potential difference. Okay, or unknown EMF of a cell. We can measure the EMF also of a cell, and that's why the name of potentiometer is such, because it is used to measure the potential difference. Now in the detailed potentiometer circuit, we balance the unknown cell with the help of galvanometer and jockey for the zero deflection condition, and that balancing length helps us to find this potential difference. So the length is important here. Okay, so we have to understand here that how the voltage, that means potential difference, and length are connected. So first thing is principle, in which we will understand this interconnection. Let us see the principle. Principle of the potentiometer is voltage V is proportional to length L. That means voltage of any section of potentiometer wire, okay, voltage of any section of potentiometer wire is proportional to length of that section of wire. Now how this is achieved? We have small derivational steps. Suppose we have to find the voltage drop across any section of the wire. Then we will apply V equal to IR formula. I means current. R is replaced by, resistance is replaced by rho L by A. And then in the potentiometer wire, we send the constant current, because in the potentiometer wire throughout the current is not dividing anywhere. So it is the constant current. The detailed circuit we are going to discuss just now. So I is the constant current, rho is the material of the wire. Rho denotes the material, that is also constant, and A means the area of the cross section of the wire, that is also constant. So since I, rho and A are constant, that's why we can write V proportional to L. Okay, so the principle we have to remember for the further applications of potentiometer. Students, remember this formula. Voltage is proportional to length. Okay, voltage is proportional to length. This is the formula which we will apply everywhere, okay, in the potentiometer cases. Now two more terms we will discuss here of the potentiometer. First is potential gradient. It is denoted by phi, and potential gradient means what? Total voltage of the potentiometer wire upon total length of the potentiometer wire. Okay, so this total voltage is actually obtained with the help of one battery, auxiliary battery. In the next sheet we are going to see the circuit. Okay, so suppose that battery is of 10 volt, which is connected across the whole potentiometer wire, and total length of potentiometer wire is 10 meter. So this way, what is the potential gradient obtained? So 10 volt by 10 meter, that means 1 volt per meter. So potential gradient is actually voltage drop per unit length of this wire. Okay. Now second term is sensitivity. How do we decide that a given potentiometer, that means out of two potentiometers, which one is more sensitive? So sensitivity is inversely proportional to potential gradient. Less is the potential gradient value read by any potentiometer, more sensitive that potentiometer is. Because we know that least value is, if least value is read by any apparatus, least possible value, then that apparatus is said to be more sensitive. So here also, if potential gradient is less, then the apparatus is more sensitive. So that's why sensitivity is inversely proportional to potential gradient. Now we will understand here some construction details and how do we use the potentiometer in the next sheet. See students, here we have the circuit of potentiometer. This A to B wire which is shown in yellow color, that is potentiometer wire. Okay, from A to B, the wire which is running in continuation, this is the 10 meter long potentiometer wire. Potentiometer wire itni hi hai, A to B. Other than this, we connect extra circuits. So detailed potentiometer circuit means two parts will be attached to it extra. One is this left side connection between A to B. This is called primary circuit. In this we connect the battery, key and rheostat. Okay. So this circuit is called the primary circuit. It is always fixed. This we have to always connect whenever we use the potentiometer. And this battery we call auxiliary battery also. This battery should be the greatest battery in the circuit. Okay, the reason will be clear to you soon. And then this right hand side you can say, or on the top of the potentiometer wire, one more circuit is connected. This is called secondary circuit. Now secondary circuit can change. It is not fixed. So what components we will connect in the secondary circuit, that depend upon the application. That means what we are performing with the potentiometer circuit or what we are measuring with the potentiometer circuit. So here I have connected the unknown cell E and a key and a galvanometer with a jockey. So this J is shown for the jockey. Now how this is balanced, that let us understand in the next sheet. Students, here you can see that I have redrawn this potentiometer actual circuit in the simplified manner. This AB wire, which is the potentiometer wire, shown in the zigzag manner. This can also be shown in the straight manner, A to B. This is of 10 meter. Then between AB on the left side, one auxiliary battery E1 is connected. Just now we can remove this key and rheostat. We can only show battery. So suppose this auxiliary battery is of 10 volt. Okay. That means for this 10 meter wire, 10 volt battery is connected. So this is that battery which provides the voltage to the whole wire AB. Okay. Then on the right side or on the top of the circuit, between A to J, you can see one unknown cell E, then key K and galvanometer are connected. So we can show here also J is some point which is between AB somewhere. So between AB point somewhere J is shown. So in between AJ we can show a cell and a galvanometer. Key just now I am removing. Suppose the key is closed. The purpose of key is only to close the circuit or open the circuit. Okay. Now this J point is shown here. Now what do we do for finding the unknown EMF? Just understand carefully. अगर हमें EMF E को फाइंड करना है, इस सेल के EMF E को फाइंड करना है, तो हम क्या करते हैं, इस जोकी को इस वायर पे डिफरेंट पोजीशंस पे टच करते हैं और कांटेक्ट में लेके आते हैं और वो पोजीशन फाइंड करते हैं जहां गैल्वेनोमीटर जीरो डिफ्लेक्शन देगा. ओके. सपोज गैल्वेनोमीटर ने जीरो डिफ्लेक्शन दिया 6 मीटर पे, तो ये लेंथ हमारी होती है बैलेंसिंग लेंथ. ओके. सो दिस लेंथ इज कॉल्ड बैलेंसिंग लेंथ फॉर दिस सेल E. अब E को फाइंड कैसे करते हैं? सो दिस लेंथ विल हेल्प अस. ओके. दिस लेंथ इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. How this will help us? Let us understand. 10 volt और 10 मीटर लेंथ यानी 10 वोल्ट और AB वायर पैरेलल में है. In parallel, what remains same? Voltage. So this 10 volt is available for the whole AB wire. So what is the voltage for? What is the voltage for 1 meter length? So 10 volt is distributed for 10 meter wire. That means for the whole 10 meter, 10 volt is available. So what is the voltage for 1 meter? It will be 1 volt. Okay? Can you calculate it? पूरे 10 मीटर के लिए अवेलेबल वोल्टेज है 10 वोल्ट, तो 1 मीटर का कितना हुआ? 1 वोल्ट. नाउ दिस अननोन सेल E, it is in parallel with AJ. ओके, सो AJ का कितना वोल्ट हुआ? AJ की लेंथ है 6 मीटर और हर मीटर का 1 वोल्ट है, तो AJ का वोल्टेज कितना हुआ? 6 वोल्ट. इसलिए अननोन सेल जो इसके पैरेलल में है वो कितना हुआ? 6 वोल्ट. ओके, thus unknown cell E is balanced at 6 meter, so it will also be equal to 6 volt. I think you have understood this question. Now we will be proceeding one more such example. See this second example, students. Now 20 volt is balanced over 10 meter and unknown cell is balanced for 4 meter. Just find out what should be the value of this unknown cell. Okay, first of all you will find out the voltage per unit meter. 20 volt equal to 10 meter, so 1 meter equal to 2 volt. Okay, so 1 meter is equal to 2 volt. This is obtained. Okay, 1 meter की वैल्यू 2 वोल्ट है और ये सेल का बैलेंसिंग लेंथ है 4 मीटर. 1 मीटर का 2 वोल्ट. So what is the value of 4 meter? Okay, yes, 8 volts. So the unknown cell 8 volt because unknown cell का वोल्टेज और AJ ब्रांच का वोल्टेज सेम होगा, पैरेलल में है. AJ का वोल्टेज है 8 वोल्ट, इसलिए E का वोल्टेज हुआ 8 वोल्ट. So this way we find the unknown EMF of any cell.